Silky beat. Silky beat.
And now, you are listening to the Teamheel Podcast, brought to you by Spreadshirt.com. Teamheel Podcast.spreadshirt.com.
Episode 229. What up, mother flowers? It's me. It's us again. We're back. It's Friday. Friday, mother flowers. It is January 19th, 2018. This is episode 229 of the Teamheel Podcast. Thank you all, each and every single one of you mother flowers, for tuning in live each and every single week. This podcast is also available on all the other platforms, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Music, or if not here on the YouTube channel, you can listen to the raw audio format of the show. Once again, thank you all for tuning in live this week. As always, I am the fat fuck himself. They call me Steve. It's me. It's Steve here. And I'm not alone here. I'm here joined by my co-host, my brother from another mother, the one, the only, all the way from the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Walter. Walty, how the fuck you been, buddy?
I've been splendid, full.
Splendid.
I just ate. I just had a good Taco Bell meal. Before the podcast, so that's fun. And yeah, splendid. A lot of shit to talk about. There's just a lot of things going on, I believe, in the world of wrestling, and we got Raw 20. I'm actually excited. I'm actually gonna watch Raw this Monday.
You really do.
That's the first. I will watch it this Monday. And you already know why. Do you know how many people are returning?
All the legends, dude.
All the huge fucking list.
All the old farts coming back, bro. I'm telling you, man.
The old farts. Don't disrespect MVP like that.
The legends, man. The legends of the professional wrestling business, brother.
I hope Carlito comes back. Says
Really?
no one. I mean, it'll be fine. Like a little appearance. But, they're gonna. I'm intrigued of what they're going to do. Because it's supposed to be the go-home show for a Rumble. But, it's not going to be like that. It's not even going to feel like it.
Okay. All right, guys. I wanted here to play it back. See how we're doing good. But yeah, guys, thank you all again for tuning in live this week. Like you said, bro, Raw 25 is this coming this coming Monday, live on Raw on the USA Network. There's been rumblings going around that I heard. I don't know about you, of the show going 5 hours. Do you
The
hear about
Rumble
that?
show?
No, the Raw 25 show. Raw 25.
I mean, 5 hours. How's it going to be 5 hours? It's going to start at
You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be
6?
surprised. I don't even know. This is what I've been hearing.
This going to be a pre-show for that show?
But again, dude, it's Raw 25 emanating from both the Manhattan Center and the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain because, how are you only going to have 1 hour for the Manhattan Center and then 2 hours for the Barclays Center?
You'd be surprised,
But then
man.
again, it's crazy because there's so many people returning. Can you really fit all of them in 3 hours?
Let me find out the list here of people returning. If I can just get that here, list.
It's like at least 20 names, maybe even more.
So I'm looking at I'm trying to find the list right now. Here you go. The list of legends set to return at Raw 25 per cage side seats. By the way, here we go. It's loading right now. I just give it a bit here. One person that's not returning, and that is apparently Hulk Hogan.
Oh man.
So the list of names set to return this coming Monday. Here's what they're advertised so far. They have Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, D-Generation X. You also have Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, The Dudley Boys, Ric Flair, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Eric Bischoff, The New Age Outlaws, Chris Jericho. That's right, the same Chris Jericho that wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom a couple weeks ago in New Japan Pro Wrestling. That exact same Jericho Walty. Be ready for that, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's coming back like he didn't wrestle for another promotion. So
Yeah,
I know
he's coming back like it's. But apparently that one is false. I heard. Apparently he's not really gonna be there. But again, who the fuck?
Nah, he's gonna be there. All
right.
You know Jericho.
We have Ron Simmons, the Godfather, Brother of Love, the Boogeyman, Teddy Long, to make a 6-man tag team match main event.
Teddy Long. What
The
the
Million
fuck?
Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase, Sergeant Slaughter, the Bella Twins. By the way, John Laurinaitis, People Power. Jacqueline Terry Ronald, Tori Wilson, Maria Kanellis, and her unborn baby that's still in the womb. Michelle McCool and Kelly Kelly.
Michelle McCoy and Kelly Kelly. My favorite blondes.
Your favorite blondes, dude. Really?
Although McCool is all right. But Kelly Kelly, really didn't buy into her. But she's hot, but she's just there.
Fair enough, dude. Fair
What
enough.
about Eve Torres? She's not coming back?
I don't think she is, dude.
Caitlyn?
Caitlyn. There were talks of her. I mean, but it's one of those things, dude. Again, yeah, for nostalgia, it's going to be fun as hell to watch the show for the nostalgia purpose. Now, will I have off that coming Monday? I don't even know. But it should be a fun show. The main event of that show, or one of the headline matches, if you will, is going to be Roman Reigns and The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't see The Miz winning that match. I don't know about you, bro.
He's not winning.
And it's not because, oh my God, we can't stand Roman Reigns and shit like that. It's really, to be honest with you, I just don't feel like The Miz needs that Intercontinental title at this stage of his career. He's held it for so long. Grant, when you think back of that Intercontinental title, I think of The Miz. You know how every era there's someone that you think of when you see a championship, right? Like when you look at this of the spinning belt of the WWE title, who do you think of? Think of Cena, right?
Cena, man.
Or you think when you look at the Winged Eagle, some people will say Hogan. I'll say Bret Hart. But you kind of get the gist of it. What I'm trying to say here. To me, The Miz connects with that belt. At this point, he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, he's won it so many times on 2 different brands, back and forth. Like, he is, that title, he made it pretty good. I mean, his last run wasn't really all that, but when he was on SmackDown, it was kind of good. Then when everyone else is holding it, it's like, Well, Roman Reigns is doing okay so far with the belt, but I could tell that he's going to have that belt till Mania.
Think so, dude?
Yeah, he's gonna challenge, Lesnar title versus title match. That's what they're gonna do, man.
Maybe so, man. It's possible. I'm not saying they won't do it, but it's possible. It's possible that's gonna happen. It's possible that we will end up seeing, what you're saying, pretty much.
Hey, who's gonna beat Roman Reigns? Who's gonna beat him for that title?
I don't even know, dude.
No one.
I'll tell you who was not going to be that. The alleged dealer that claimed to that sold steroids to Roman Reigns.
Oh man.
So apparently, for those of you who missed it, Roman Reigns was named by jail steroid distributor Richard Rodriguez as a former client in an interview he gave to filmmaker John Bravo about his Miami-based company Wellness Fitness Nutrition, which was raided by DEA last year. That's pretty much big cops that go after the drug dealers and shit like that. And Reigns, so pretty much again, this drug dealer claimed that, hey, Reigns has, it was one of his clients, what have you. Reigns went on to say this in a response to all of this, right? And quote, "I have never heard of Richard Rodriguez or Wellness Fitness Nutrition. I learned from the mistakes I made nearly 2 years ago and paid a penalty for it," adding, "Since then, I've passed 11 tests as part of WWE's independent drug testing program." Looks like our beloved Big Dog has someone try to, go after him. What up, Big Mike? What up, Chauncey? How y'all doing today, gentlemen? That's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Listen, do I buy into the whole thing? No, I think it's fake news. I don't think that Roman will be that dumb at this stage of his career to fuck up again. You know what I mean?
Right, and if it was probably old news, but I don't believe it. If Roman flat out denies it, then what? Because a lot of people, when they do get alleged with stuff like this, they usually don't say anything, and when they do, they dodge the question. Roman didn't dodge the question; he flat out denied it. And I mean, I kind of believe it because it just doesn't sound real. Like the way I read the news and the way he's stating that Reigns was his client. I don't know. From a guy who got arrested for this shit. Like, he's just putting anyone at blast at this point. Mark Wahlberg. You think Mark Wahlberg? I mean, I don't know about Mark Wahlberg, but Roman Reigns, like, what are you trying to prove? Like, he has steroid allegations. You know how many other wrestlers have steroid allegations and nothing happens to them, though?
A shitload, dude. A shitload.
Exactly. Dude. So nothing was gonna happen to Roman, even if it was true. I mean, but it's not. It's not true. Look at Roman. You think this dude takes steroids? Look at him. He doesn't. I know when someone takes steroids. They have a body.
Man.
Built.
That right there is hard work and dedication, buddy.
Exactly.
That's hard work. That's eating your vitamins, saying your prayers, man. Busting your ass in the gym, doing the Rocky Balboa workout.
Seriously. Like, I'm not trying to say Roman looks weak. I mean, his arms just aren't toned enough to look like he's taking steroids. His arms don't look like he's taking steroids. It looks like he's naturally working out, It's not like he's trying to get buff either, but it's not like a Jinder Mahal, which I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But
dude, Jinder Mahal, man. You know what's funny, dude? So let's transition because again, we don't have a script here tonight. As you guys should know by now, we are that podcast that doesn't have a fucking script. We're just go off the cuff. We just talk no brand and no organization and shit like that, right? But apparently, I don't know if you caught this on SmackDown. This past Tuesday. Right? Because again, me being me, I watched SmackDown Live, right? As you know, they were doing the tournament to crown the new U.S. champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was the semifinals was Jinder Mahal versus Xavier Woods, which by the way was a very fun match. By the way, I must say that. I said it in numerous reviews. I said it before. I'll say it again. I feel like someone like Xavier Woods should definitely have a solid singles run. Or if not, put him in 205 Live. But that's not the point, though. So, Jinder beats Xavier. Bobby Roode goes on to beat Mojo Rawley. Okay? And then Jinder and the Singh Bros attack Bobby Roode. And Bobby's like, fuck all this shit. Let's have the match tonight to crown the new U.S. champion. And I tell you this, dude. This is my thing, right? And this is where I go nitpicky with shit. Okay? If you're going to do a tournament, okay, it doesn't matter if it's WWE, if it's Ring of Honor, or New Japan, or Impact Wrestling, or mom and pop rinky dink, okay? I don't give a fuck. Alright? Point of the matter is, dude, if you're going to do a tournament, Make sure that both finalists aren't wearing the same colored trunks or tights.
Oh man, I saw that.
Like, bro, it's like I thought for a minute, yo, they're a tag team. They should be a tag team. Why the fuck not? Two Canadians, the glorious Maharaja. Think about it for a minute, dude.
But Jinder's not built from Canada. He's built from India.
I know that, but the glorious Maharaja. Just think about that for a minute.
Maybe if Rude turns heel or some shit, but...
or glorious injection, dude. Glorious injection.
Come on, man. Come on. Well, honestly, yeah, it was weird because, like, they said this match was going to be at the finals match, which we knew it was going to be Rude and Mahal. They said it was going to be, the finals match was going to be at the Rumble, then they switched it to next week on SmackDown. Now they switched it literally to that night. Like, what the fuck? What are they doing? Like,
I have no idea, dude.
But they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But it's good to see Rude win a title, I never thought that Rude would win a title in WWE, like, let alone beat it in WWE. Like, when he was in TNA, did you think, oh, man, imagine if he was in WWE? Like, I imagined it. But I knew he was old, not old, but, he was old enough to probably just stay in TNA for the rest of his career. But luckily, he was still able to, come to WWE, and look at that, he's winning the U.S. title.
I'll be real with you, dude. I'll be real with you. It's kind of hard to believe that this guy's actually right now the current U.S. champion. The same guy that was in TNA all those years ago.
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, yo, I'll be real with you. I wish someone like Bobby Roode was a heel again, not this babyface that we're getting.
They would still cheer him.
I know they would.
That's why they're not going to do it. Maybe down the road if they're bored, but, like, what's the point of turning him heel? You're gonna cheer the guy. But I know he's better as a heel, but it's just crazy. Like, we'll see how it goes, because so far Rude's run has been kind of just there, but now he's won a title, and they got probably big plans down the road after he's done with this U.S. title reign. Who knows? But it's good to see him win that title, and I'm pretty sure he won it early because he'll have a match with Ziggler at the Rumble or some shit like that.
I don't know, dude. Cause I've been hearing rumblings too. There's talks going around that Dolph Ziggler might be considered to win the Rumble match.
All right. You don't want me to fucking stop watching wrestling, do you? If he wins the Rumble match,
you don't want to pull a chase. You want to pull a chase. Chase with fucking, it's a walk out.
I'll stop. I think I'll just stop. Like, I will not watch WrestleMania. Well, I'm not gonna say all that, but I don't know what I would do. But he better not fucking win the Rumble.
I'd just scratch my head, dude. I would just scratch my head.
Like, I don't hate Ziggler, but man, that's just not necessary.
Do you want to talk about Braun Strowman, dude? This past Monday on Raw, for being fired or rehired.
Oh my god!
So, Braun Strowman this past Monday was like the centerpiece of the show. It's like, dude, I love Braun Strowman now. Braun Strowman is the fucking man. Like, real talk, dude. When I have kids, I want my kid to be like fucking Braun Strowman.
Yeah, man, gets to do whatever you want. Like, fucking destroy the fucking place at Raw. Like, go backstage and just wreck shit, beat people up, and still get rehired. Fuck, I wish I could do that in my job.
Nah, so it's funny. So, because the whole thing, because you guys know what we're talking about, right? So, Kurt Angle fires him on Raw because what happened last week with him pulling that, with the fucking Hulk pulling down the set and, taking out both Kane and Brock Lesnar, right? Which is funny because the memes I saw from that alone, dude, was the most hilarious shit I seen. Like, there's one meme I saw when you have health insurance and you see Brock being helped out by EMTs and shit like that, right? Versus not having health insurance. You see Kane on his own, getting up in pain and shit. The most hilarious shit in the world. You kind of get the idea, though, right? Like, you kind of get the gist of it. So, you could have hurt somebody, you could have damaged anybody, this was not the right thing to do, and because of this, now he's fired, right? So that's what they were pretty much saying, which caused Braun to have go all hell on everybody. He took out security out backstage. He went to the production truck, scared the fuck out of Kevin Dunn, which for anyone, that's a good day. You scared the fuck out of Kevin Dunn, awesome, good to know. He fucking tilt over the tractor truck that was carrying that production thing, whatever. He moved that over, which again, people will say again, it was assistance. I believe it. I believe it was assistance.
Of course it was assistance.
Of course it was assistance.
What the fuck? Who the fuck actually believed he left that drunk?
You surprised, bro? The kids, bro. Ooh. You see Braun Strowman boof that pickup?
Not
Ooh.
kids. There's probably real people like our age or older that believe that shit.
Braun Strowman.
Oh, wow.
Braun Strowman, I tell you.
Oh yeah, he was doing anything.
So then after this, he goes into catering, takes out fucking Kurt Hawkins and everybody else, and then he manages to eat a big old piece of chocolate cake. Which to me, that was just funny as fuck to me. He took a bite out of a piece of chocolate cake like it was nothing, and kept walking. Went back out there, fucking took out Michael Cole. He literally grabbed Michael Cole, right? He had him like he was like just dragging him around and shit, like Harambe dragged the kid, if you will, and tossed him into the people, by security people that were literally at the bottom of the stage set, whatever. Keep this in mind: the stage set is not what it used to be, so it's not like when he tossed Michael Cole, like oh my god, it was a fucking deep, a fucking it was way far down and shit. No, it was not. It was like 2 feet, if anything. You get what I mean, bro?
Yeah, oh, that Michael Cole spot, man. Don't get me
priceless.
started with that. That was
priceless.
weird. Like he gave him a wedgie, and we were supposed to act like Cole got fucked up by laying on top of security guards. He couldn't compensate the rest of the night. Apparently, like what the fuck?
No, dude, it was funny because Kurt was like, "Oh, they're calling the police," and then we canceled the cops showing up. When the fuck does that even happen, dude?
Oh my god!
Can you tell me that? Like, in what society do we live in where you call the cops and then tell them to disregard calling the cop? No, the cop will still show up. No one's done for that. No one's stupid. Apparently, that he got reinstated. He's back in the match, and that was Braun Strowman.
Of course, he was back in the match. Like. He should win the title, to be honest, at this point. Like, why not? Like, what's the point of having this match? Because, like, I don't know. It just feels random. And it's just a match so Lesnar could easily win and pin Kane. Sounds boring to me. But it looks like that's where they're going. But it'll be cool because Strowman right now is kicking ass on Raw. I feel like this might be the time to put the belt on him. Why not?
I don't see that happening, dude.
I don't either. But
this is what I see happening.
He's been carrying that feud the whole fucking time.
You know what it is, dude?
Build up.
No, you know what it is? Each week, each guy is getting some momentum. To
yeah,
show,
but
hey,
Strowman,
they have a chance. Like, guarantee you, even Kane had some moments. As ridiculous as they may sound, even Kane had some momentum, which was stupid, yes. I'm not going to deny that, all right? Other than that, listen, I don't see Braun winning the belt. He should, but he won't. This is what's going to happen, okay? I'm calling it right now. Triple H is going to cost Braun Strowman the championship. Do you remember, look back what happened at Survivor Series, right?
Triple H is going to cost...
Dude,
man,
remember
don't
what
talk.
happened? Remember what happened?
Yeah, I know
Survivor Series, dude?
Yeah, I remember.
When fucking Braun took out Triple H. I know you don't want to remember. It's what happened, though. It's what fucking happened, right?
Yeah.
So that's what pretty much happened, dude. It's just one of those things again. It's ridiculous, yeah. And I think if anything, they'll have their match at Fastlane or with that. Well, there's no Raw pay-per-view, right? After. There isn't.
I have no fucking idea.
There isn't a Raw pay-per-view, so they'll probably do the match on a big episode of Raw. Because here's the thing about it, I'd rather see at WrestleMania Angle versus Triple H. At this point in juncture, I'd rather see that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, they're not gonna do Kurt Angle Triple H. It looks like they might go with Strowman and Triple H. Because yeah, you're right about that. And Triple H, who's he gonna have his Mania match with? I mean, you could say Kurt Angle, but I think he actually wants to help out Strowman.
Indeed. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see how far that goes. But other things that happened on the show on Raw. Again, it's been such a memory already. It's been like, Cesaro and Sheamus lost once again to Apollo Crews and fucking Titus O'Neil. And we got the return of the Curb Stomp, dude. The Curb Stomp made a comeback.
Yeah.
After being
called-
gone,
It's called the Blackout now.
the blackout now, not the curb stomp, because curb stomp is such a racial name to call a move.
Is
The
it
curb,
really?
think about it, the curb stomp.
I know. Now I think of that.
You watch American
Jesus
History X,
Christ.
dude? The scene in the movie where the guy told the dude to put his fucking whole mouth on the curb and he got stomped on and shit.
Oh, well, at least, yeah, the curb stomp. You know, it needed a name anyway, so I guess Blackout's all right. At least he got it back because that finisher kind of is what made Seth Rollins. Not the pedigree or this knee shit that he does. Like that is the curb stomp that's helping him out. So
I know. Other than that,
yeah, I think they're gonna lose the titles though at Rumble. From what it looks like.
And I said this on my reviews, as of late. I'm gonna say it right now too. I look more forward to seeing the Usos versus Benjables in the 2 out of 3 than Rollins and Jason Jordan versus the Bar at the Rumble.
Did you just say Benjables?
You know what I mean, dude. Okay, the World Greatest Tag Team. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my, yeah, I know. Benjables sounds like a fucking vegetable food. I know. Some kids' food, right? Eat your
American
Benjables,
Alpha
kids.
2.0. Or the World's Greatest Tag Team 2.0.
World's Greatest Tag. Well, it's Charlie Haas with hair, okay? It's Charlie Haas with long hair, okay? What the fuck it is. But you kind of get the idea, though, right? You kind of get one.
Yeah, because they're going to build Rollins. I think Rollins is going to have a Mania match with Jordan. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That sucks. Rollins went from facing Triple H to Jason Jordan.
I hope not, dude.
Ooh.
Part of me just...
What a downgrade.
I know
What a weird, like...
combination right now.
No, like Seth Rollins, he's literally his booking has been pretty shit this past year. He went from beating Triple H to like he lost to Bray Wyatt. And no offense to Samoa Joe, but he really hasn't been winning any feuds at all, and I'm kind of a little surprised about that.
I know what it is, dude. It's this whole notion that Dean got hurt. Cause you gotta remember this. The reason why the show got together is because they gotta put Roman over. They had to really get people to cheer Roman, and it worked. It kind of is working till this very day. You think about it, right? When Roman goes out there now, he gets a reaction. People are cheering him now. It's not like It's not like it was, a couple months ago. People were booing the fuck out of him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, they're still gonna boo him.
Yeah, but at least now a good majority are cheering him now, sorta. Granted, depending what city you go to. I guarantee you this Monday, dude, this Monday he's getting booed the fuck out. I'm telling you that right now. He's
getting booed in Brooklyn, and then they're going to go to Philly on Sunday. He's getting booed back to back. Come on.
Samarkand City, USA, bro.
Why are they going to Roman and Philly? Isn't Roman favorite to, either Roman or Nakamura? I know they're both favorites to win the Rumble. Like, why would you put it in Philly if you plan on having possibly Roman winning the Rumble?
Think about this too, though, bro. They haven't advertised Roman as part of the Rumble match, though.
What the fuck's he gonna do? Nothing.
Think about it, right? All these guys you've been hearing, right? Seth, Finn Balor, Elias, John Cena, right? Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura. But you don't hear anything about. You think about it, Roman's the golden child, right? They would actually announce that he's in the Rumble match.
No,
right?
They didn't do it. Well, they didn't do that when he had that Universal title last year against Kevin Owens. Yeah, and he just randomly came in at 30 last year. Remember? Oh man, that was awesome.
It was awesome, dude. It was the greatest shit to ever do. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Like he came out at number 30, and people thought, who did people think was gonna come out? I don't even know.
Finn Balor, dude.
Yeah, Finn Balor or something, or Daniel Bryan.
Finn Balor was to come out, dude, and apparently that didn't even happen. So what does that even tell you, man?
Oh, Finn Balor's in the Rumble this year.
I know he is. Cool. Got people watch. We want to make sure that the audio coming out, and it's coming out great. Awesome. But it's again, I look forward to seeing Raw 25. Also, we got on Monday the update, I guess, on Paige. Apparently, she has not announced her retirement. People were saying that apparently she's going to announce it, that she was supposed to announce it. It didn't happen, right? So we'll see where that goes, buddy. Do you think it's gonna happen? I mean, I feel like it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, I think she's probably done because they're just not gonna announce it right away because I'll take away some spotlight from the Rumble, to be honest. And I think that's what WWE's doing right now, just saying she's gonna be out for the Rumble. and we'll see down the road if she's recovered. But I think she's probably done. Like I don't know, because they're saying it's like Edge's injury, and maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope, but I feel like this might be just a I don't know how to say it, just like something where you don't. It's not a huge distraction towards the Rumble match, you know.
Oh, I hear you, dude. Speaking of which, did you hear about Speaking of Paige and Lovebird, so our favorite I don't want to come off like a dick here when I say this shit. Our favorite former couple, Alberto El Patron. You hear what he?
What did he say? He's shitting on WWE again?
Nah, you'd be surprised actually, dude. Actually, he's praising the WWE.
Praising?
Yeah, he's.
What the hell are they? What's he praising about?
Oh yeah.
He's praising about how Kalisto's in 205 Live now.
Nah, apparently
doing nothing.
This is coming up from apparently this is what has let me see, here we go. This is what pretty much he said in an interview. So Alberto El Patron was interviewed by Medio Tiempo. I guess that's like a Mexican or some Hispanic like news outlet, right? In an interview, he talked about his past ripping Triple H on social media. And this is what he had to say in quote, right? As you know, I am a man who knows when he was wrong. In fact, I was in contact with them like WWE when they admitted their mistake the first time I left. I also admit my mistake. He also added in quote, I personally apologize to Triple H for the issues we had when I was in a bad relationship with my ex-partner, who by the way is Paige. She and her entire family made me believe that they affected our relationship. She made me believe that the videos, Paige and Maddox, by the way, and all that was happening outside her was perpetrated by Triple H and the company. At the time, I believed her because she was my partner. I defended her by heart and sword. Then things were different. Later, I realized how wrong I was to place my trust in that person. I deeply regret my words and apologize to Triple H, his wife, and WWE. They understood me. Not only that, dude, but also, they also asked him, right, if he would return to WWE. Keep this in mind. He is currently signed to the GFW, or Impact Wrestling, by the way, which we got to get into that also later on in this podcast. This is what he had to say about returning back to WWE. In quote, of course I would go back. If the opportunity arises, I would not go back full-time, but I would transition to a special appearance wrestler. Before I put down my wrestling boots for good, it will surely happen. Surely before I retire, I will do something special with WWE. However, I do not see it happening in 2018, but in 2019 before leaving the United States. I'm definitely going to do something special with them. I consider myself to be on good terms with WWE right now on my to be on good terms with WWE right now on my side. We will one day shake hands and everything will be fine. Time heals all wounds. The nerve of this guy, yo. The nerve of this motherfucker, yo.
God damn.
The nerve of this mother flower, yo. This mother flower, yo. After months and dude, I seen Instagram live stream where this fucker in New York. I don't know if you saw them or not. I remember we named an episode of one of our podcasts Drunk Alberto or some shit like that, right?
Yeah, he was drunk.
We played the video of him being drunk with Paige in New York. Talking about the big nose and this and that, and how he would beat up the big nose, and how he welcomed the Xavier Woods and the New Day to come to his cantina and restaurant in Houston to fight him and shit like that. Just all that, and now all of a sudden, hey, I'm no longer with Paige. I'm lonely now. I'm alone. I'm sorry. The nerve of this motherflower. The nerve.
He's just kissing ass because he knows that Impact ain't gonna be paying him enough after that.
Oh no, dude.
And he'll just leave, like, and not just that, but like, the main reason is like he does want to go back. I think he actually does, but he wants to have his own type of scheduling, like a Lesnar almost. Like this guy's, he ain't gonna get that special. Maybe a part-time schedule, but it ain't gonna be anything special. Like, are they actually gonna push him when he comes back? No. So I don't know. I mean, he has some good matches, but I just don't think there's no point of just doing anything with him anymore. I don't miss him. I don't miss Del Rio in the WWE. So, but yeah, there's just no point for him coming back.
It's just so mind-boggling, though, how this guy, right, this exact motherflower, who, like I said earlier, months and months and months went on to badmouth WWE, badmouth Triple H, badmouth Vince McMahon. You kind of get the gist. Now all of a sudden, hey, I'm no longer with Paige. I'm no longer with the girl that's old enough to be my fucking daughter. You know what I mean? Now, take me back.
Yeah, he learned his lesson for sure.
Remember Slammiversary, dude? Remember Slammiversary? The post match promo he cut, the shoot promo.
Man, that was embarrassing.
Those were so bad that Impact decided to cut his mic off every time he went on to speak on the mic. I'm sorry, man. But this guy is not there right now. I'm sorry.
He's not.
We could be wrong. For all we know, we could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't mind if he comes back, but I'm not saying, oh, I want him back so bad. It's not like with Batista or, someone else where I kind of want to see him back, or even people with Daniel Bryan, something like that. Like, I don't think people care about him like that. Whatever he's doing, good for him, but is WWE really going to desperately want him back? No.
Not for nothing too, dude, but I feel like Alberto El Patron on the Indies is great. Awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Alberto Del Rio in WWE is the most boring thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's weird because I actually liked him at first, and I tried to give him a chance, with this gimmick. But then he just became stale, and WWE just didn't do anything after that. Like, they gave him title reigns, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble win. They gave him everything.
The world title.
But he's just not – he's stale. He's just not exciting to watch, Talented wrestler, but he's just boring. That's what it is. He's just boring. I don't know how else to say it.
He's weird. He smells. He's just.
I don't think he's any of that, but I just think he's just. He's a perfect definition of pretty much an indie guy. Not all indie guys are boring, but he's kind of like just there. So, he fits. He fits with whatever he's doing right now.
Oh, dude. Speaking of indie, dude, you hear about yesterday on Twitter, fucking Peter Rosenberg got attacked by all the diehard indie fans. Dude, it's hilarious.
Oh,
so you guys know Peter Rosenberg from Hot 90. Well, he hosts he's over Hot 97, ESPN 98.7 FM, WWE contributor, Cheap Heat and Bite the Mic with Mike Tyson podcast. Exactly, you kind of get the gist, right? He's all of this, right? So yesterday, I guess what happened was he went on Twitter, and I guess what happened was, he pretty much went to praise War Machine. Yeah, it was War Machine, right? You all know War Machine, alongside Ricochet and Candice LeRae on the way to WWE, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was, he talked about War Machine and he referenced to their work, in Ring of Honor and New Japan and etc. as indie work. And this literally lit the whole IWC on on fucking anger mode and shit. This literally got the whole IWC riled up. How dare you call their work indie work? How dare you call Ring of Honor and New Japan indie work?
What the fuck is it then? What the fuck?
Okay, to be fair, okay, and I'm gonna say this right before I give my thought. Because apparently he also keep this in mind. He was getting just ambushed. Not only that, but people from Ring of Honor responded to him. I know he used to manage Mike Kanellis and Mike Bennett in Ring of Honor. Brutal Bob Evans responded to him. A lot of the indie guys responded also. I know Cody Rhodes also did a response, right? But you kind of get the gist of all this shit, right? And all this led to Peter Rosenberg to go on Periscope. Of all things, right? Fucking Periscope, right? Fucking Periscope. To, I guess, respond to the whole thing. And I didn't watch the whole thing, alright? I'm gonna see if I can find it here. Hopefully it's not deleted. I'd be ashamed if it is. It'd be a real total shame if it got deleted or whatever.
Why would he delete it? He
said
something bad again?
He didn't say anything bad, but like this is pretty much his entire rant, right, on this whole thing. Alright? If I can find here it is. I found it here. I'm gonna play it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I'm playing through my phone, by the way, okay?
Then maybe I can.
Do you hear it?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
Peter Rosenberg. Thank you very much, Stat Guy Greg, and welcome everyone to the #1 podcast on planet Earth when it comes to sports and recreation. I'm talking about Cheap Heat. War Machine, or they thought I was in some way insulting the tag team by suggesting the name should be changed.
Which it will be anyway.
So, Greg, I'm glad you said that. Let's start there. Everyone's name gets changed. Almost every single person who has success on the indies and or Ring of Honor, New Japan, whatever you consider non-WWE pro wrestling, they all get their name changed.
Yeah. And War Machine particularly, I didn't even think about the MMA dude. I thought about the Disney character, the Marvel character.
Wow.
They already make action figures and t-shirts.
You hearing this,
There's-
Walter?
Name War Machine.
Yeah.
There's too many things. Their name is changing. Did it again. Their name is changing. So it was a comment that had nothing to do with the tag team, but there were some people who got mad that they took it as a diss or, what are you talking about? Guys, I know if you Google War Machine, you get many different things. Go on YouTube and type in War Machine.
You get a terrible film that just came out last year.
And then you get images in a courtroom. It's absolutely insane to think they're going to keep the name War Machine. Not a big deal. Not an insult to the guys. Calm down. So then you have the people who are angry about me not knowing. I have a question for anyone listening to this podcast or watching on Twitter. I don't even know if people are watching. When, Greg, have I ever, what up, Chris Jericho, ever in life pretended to be a devout follower of New Japan? Never. That's right. Never have I. So everyone coming at me as if I'm now a fraud, let me explain what you reek of. And I admit, I responded right away by saying something about hashtag with a life, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, people who have no life get their panties in a bunch, all right? I understand. It's upsetting when you start questioning your entire life. For the 80th time.
To be fair, I'm going to agree with them on that. To be fair, I'm going to agree with the whole, like, if someone's not a fan of New Japan or Ring of Honor, it's not the end of the world, okay? Can we get that? Can we just make that clear, people? I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be for everyone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but in a way, I kind of get what Rosenberg's saying here. You know, let's continue on with this shit.
People who are with a life aren't offended by these things because I don't go at people who simply love New Japan, who consume every bit of Ring of Honor, who are still with TNA, who go to indie shows on weekends occasionally, who love PWG in LA. I don't come at those people. I come at people and say they're not with a life. When you get angry at other people who aren't into those things, People who don't declare to be into those things. First of all, I spent years focused on every bit of indie wrestling that existed. All of those people I were into, and by the way, yes, at that time, that includes Ring of Honor, who was technically then indie. I know now they're owned by Sinclair. I know.
Still indie, though.
It's yeah, I know. Again, it's a game of semantics. Oh, but they're a $4 billion company. Oh, yeah, because the head of Sinclair is actually programming the booking. He's doing the booking for Ring of Honor.
Here's the thing about that, too, though. Like, if you say that Ring of Honor is not an indie because they're owned by a billion-dollar corporation, and then you can say the same thing about TNA, you got to remember, though, by that logic, WWE is technically an indie because they're owned by a billion-dollar corporation, but they're not a subsidiary.
To be fair, I'm gonna say this, okay? Not to offend any diehards out there. Yes, Ring of Honor is becoming mainstream to an extent, but to be fair with you, bro, Ring of Honor, even TNA to an extent. We've said this before. We'll say it again here. They're upscaled indie. If you get what I'm saying. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be considered an upscaled indie fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a, yeah, that's what you said. Like, to me, it still feels indie no matter how much they really change. Yeah, it's just an indie fed with better production than most indie feds. You're right.
But when I mean upscale, is like, yeah, that's your pass to get to WWE, to get to, let's say, New Japan. Those are your pass. Well, more Ring of Honor, like TNA. The way I look at TNA is this, right? People go there not because, oh my gosh, they're going to be there since day one. No, people go there because one, they still want to do the indies, and two, they know for a fact. And I said this before again. I must say here again as well. A lot of times, these indie promoters from these local, regional mom and pop feds, right? They watch TNA, Ring of Honor, what have you, to see who can they book on their show. And they say you are someone that works in TNA, right? Or even Ring of Honor. And you have a killer match, let's say, with Eli Drake, okay? In TNA. And say in Ring of Honor, you have a killer match with Silas Young, okay? Just give me an example. And you tear it up. That indie fed promoter, whatever the fuck his name may be, he or she may be, is going to want to try to book you. That's how this shit works. 9 times out of 10. And to be fair, regarding War Machine, bro, they are going to get their name changed. I do agree with that. It's possible.
There's so many.
Granted, you know what? There's been a lot of guys that are like Adam Cole. People say, oh, but about Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. That's because, again, you know, they came with a name recognition. All right? Like, and again, listen, War Machine and... again, are good, talented performers, all the fuck you want, but look at the name value. All right, do a side by side comparison. Okay, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon, and then on the other side, War Machine, Hanson and Rowe. Who has more of a name value? We're talking about them before WWE. Okay.
Well, no, I mean, the Red Dragon, the reason they got signed up first was because they were more popular, duh.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how it is. And not just because, though. The name War Machine, like, it's not something that, I don't know, that they would probably keep. I don't know if it's because of trademark purposes, but...
I think more because, dude, anything is named now War Machine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really trademark anything. So, with that. So...
yeah, War Machine, yeah. And again, I love War Machine. I think Raymond Rowe and Hanson are fucking talented performers in their own right. And I want them to have a successful run in WWE. Probably NXT. You know what I mean? But other than that, I want them to succeed. But it's just one of those things where, hey, you know, you just gotta accept things for what they are. You know? And for some people, New Japan is upscale, and it is. And New Japan is like the WWE of Japan, bro. Everyone goes there eventually. Even if you're still on the indies.
Wait, what are you talking about? The
New Japan.
Yeah, like New Japan is now the hottest. You know, it was already hot, but now it's getting more popular. So now more people are trying to get into New Japan, so because they know, maybe the people from WWE are gonna look at me as well, and because WWE's they scout stuff in New Japan. They're getting more New Japan stars like a Shinsuke, and they had the recent with the cruiserweight division with Kota Ibushi, but they're getting more people. They're scouting everywhere. They've got a lot of TNA guys, believe it or not. So
Yeah, they do.
but those are old TNA originals, though. It's not like it was anyone new. And I guess EC3 if you want to count him. But
Which we'll get into now. Fuck it. Let's move on. Let's transition from this now. So, we talked about last week in the world of Impact Wrestling that that Austin Aries won the TNA World Title or the Impact Global Title, what have you, and they went back to the four-sided ring, and Josh Matthews is now the global champ, the fucking the Impact Grand Prix champion, whatever the fuck it is, right? Which is like their MMA belt rule, whatever, right?
Right.
So, apparently, on Impact, during the tapings as well, they had the whole feaster fired, and EC3 got the fire briefcase. So now, that was the way to write him off TV. Because now, he's no longer with Impact Wrestling. That's right, EC3 is no longer with Impact Wrestling. Not only him, but Bobby Lashley is no longer with Impact Wrestling as well. Neither is Laurel Van Ness. Apparently, Laurel Van Ness asked for her release like a while back, and now she got it. Keep this in mind. She asked for her release the moment she won the fucking the women's title.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So she been wanted to leave. I guess they were just using that as a prop to get her.
I don't know, dude. But that's the thing about it. And also leaving is Bobby Lashley. Right? That's like, oh, wow, Lashley left and shit. And now the speculation has begun about EC3 and Bobby Lashley. Apparently, WWE's interested in both men. Now, apparently as well, it's been reported that EC3 was spotted at the Performance Center, like early, like yesterday or today. Not only that as well, but apparently, as you know as well, EC3 does have rights to the name EC3. He has rights to the name, what have you, right? He's trademarked it, so he owns the whole thing, right? The question is, though, whether or not will WWE bring him in as EC3, or if not, go back to Derek Bateman. I personally feel, really, to be honest, he'll go back as Derek Bateman. What do you think, bro?
Derek Bateman? I don't know, man. That was a jobber name for him. So, and yeah, the EC3 character doesn't make sense in WWE because no one's like people liked EC3 because he was that spoiled dude, right? And he was the nephew of Dixie Carter. But now, obviously, Dixie's not there anymore. But he was so grown to the name that we're used to him in Impact Wrestling, no matter even if Dixie's not there, to be EC3 and. So I mean, maybe he keeps the name, maybe he doesn't.
Exactly, dude. Absolutely. But also there have been talks of Bobby Lashley. Apparently, Lashley is being interested by both WWE and New Japan. Now, my take is this as well: if Lashley, right, is still gonna do MMA like for Bellator and shit like that, then I think he'll go to New Japan. He'll stick to Japan. I don't see him going to WWE, to be honest with you.
You don't think he's going to WWE?
Dude, if he still wants to do MMA, no, I don't think so. Unless,
Lashley.
Yeah, Talk about Lashley. That is Lashley. Now, granted, who's to say they work something out where he can still do MMA, right? We don't fucking know.
He really wants to do MMA still.
I mean, dude, here's the thing of like. There's more money to be made in MMA than wrestling, dude. I'm sorry.
And where he's at right now, it's not the UFC.
Yeah, but dude, Bellator. Let's be real about it. At his
Did they
age,
give him a lot of money?
Think about this, dude. It's a lot of fighters from the UFC that have left the UFC that went on to Bellator because of the money. You know what I mean? It's Rory McDonald, Gegard Mousasi, Roy Nelson. So you kind of get the idea, right? All these guys that were at one time in the UFC that are now heading to Bellator and shit like that. And are tearing it up, if you will. So let that marinate for a minute, dude.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, if he gets more, it all depends where the money talks. If I'm Lashley, I go where the money is. But at the same time, with WWE, you're not gonna risk. You're not really gonna. I'm not gonna say in UFC, when you do MMA, you're gonna kill yourself, but you have less risk to an injury in WWE than in, fighting Bellator. But it all depends, If they work a deal out, we'll see. I mean, I prefer to see Lashley back over EC3, but
Me too. Absolutely.
so because I think Lashley definitely deserves a second chance. Because Lashley, when he left, he was still like kind of green, and this Lashley that we have now in WWE, I definitely want to see that. Him and then everyone wants to see him against Lesnar, obviously.
I know, but at the end of the day, listen, as far as where this is gonna go, we'll see. I mean, do I see EC3 appearing at the Royal Rumble? Apparently, yeah, because apparently EC3 has cleared an indie booking, so he can have the Royal Rumble Sunday off.
Oh man, yeah, he's definitely gonna be a surprise entrant.
The way I look at it, dude, entering at number 3,
he'll probably keep the name, to be honest, or I don't know. Because, people don't want to remember Derek Bateman. That's why. And because it's Philly, they'll know who he is. So, I'm intrigued for the Rumble as well. Seeing what... there's always some type of surprise entrant at least, so...
Yeah. Also, the talks of... There's talks of apparently Daniel Bryan being the favorite to win the Rumble as well, dude. You hear about this shit? Did you hear about this as well, dude?
Yeah, I heard about it. He's one of the favorites. He's retired and he's one of the favorites. That's scary.
I know. I mean, I don't think he's gonna wrestle. I mean, who the fuck knows at this point in juncture? But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. I mean, apparently there's betting odds and they advertised Bryan. I guess he became one of the odds-on favorite to win, and now it's like. Okay, but think about it too. Let's assume for a minute, right? Bryan does come back. Here's the thing, right? This is how I love the hypocrisy of wrestling, right? Of fans and shit like that. Remember a couple years ago when Batista came back? Oh, Batista there to take away someone's spot, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Here we are now. Fast forward, and what do you know? What do you know?
Ryan's gonna take someone's spot.
Exactly. But no one's saying shit. But if it was Roman, oh, hell no. If it was Batista, oh, hell no. Just saying. Just saying, man. You get what I mean, brother. You get what I mean, man. It's horse manure, man. It's so fucking horse manure. It's so bullshit, man. But it is what it is. Before we wrap up here, I want to let you all know a couple things as well. So I did watch, alright, Barbed Wire Massacre 3 from Impact Wrestling.
The fuck is that?
So, TNA, Impact Wrestling, last night on their episode of Impact, they advertised a match called Barbed Wire Massacre, which pretty much is a match where the whole ring is surrounded by barbed wire, right? Like, there's no ropes, it's just barbed wire and shit like that, right? And it was supposed to be between LAX and OVE, right? And this match was said to be so graphical, right? So barbaric that Pop TV refused to air the match during the episode of Impact. Meaning that Impact had to air the match, only the match itself, on their Twitch account. So people had to go on to Twitch to watch the match. I watched the match. I didn't watch it on Twitch. Apparently someone recorded the match on their fucking screen and uploaded to Facebook. So I watched it through one of those Facebook wrestling pages and shit like that. That's how I watched the match. I thought the match for what it was, right? I thought it was a good match for what they did. Now, as far as them, oh my God, being a barbaric barbed wire massacre, I seen better. From Abyss and Sabu years ago in Impact. I seen better ones from Abyss and Judas Messias from TNA back in the day. I'm not saying this was bad, but I've seen better. There is a moment in this match where one of the guys from LA, I think it was Santana, right? He grabbed the fucking wooden skewers, right? That you put on for shish kebab and shit like that, right? And he just jammed it into the head of one of the guys from OVE. So he literally had skewers hanging off his head.
The fuck?
Yeah, dude. That's really, that's like the end of the match, if you will. But again, this is my thoughts. Though, again, the match was okay for what it was, and there you go with that. We're pretty much running out of time here. Almost. I'm not saying we are, but anything else that we should cover that maybe we did not cover that you want to cover? You know.
Not really. We kind of discussed pretty much everything. I was looking at some news. But yeah, we discussed Daniel Bryan, the Reigns story. We discussed. I'm just recapping because we always miss out one thing.
Oh, Goldberg, dude.
Oh man, Goldberg. Yeah, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome. He deserves it.
I hear the thing about it. Right? He deserves it. Fine. Am I clamoring for it? No.
I am.
Of course you. But the thing, I say again, listen, Goldberg. The way I look at it, yeah, embodied WCW along with Sting. Even though it was more Sting than Goldberg, all you want. But I feel like as a kid, he was amazing. You know what I'm saying? For what he did, he walked out there, took a couple moves, speared and jackhammer. The match would last like 2 minutes, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
And as you get older, right? As you get older and you watch it back and you look back on it, it's like, damn, yo. This guy was kind of ass. And again, I'm not disrespecting Goldberg by any means at all. I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like, again, does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. He deserves the Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. In my eyes, though, there's other people that deserve it more, though, if you ask me. But we'll get there in time. But yeah, he was the first inductee announced for the Hall of Fame in 2018. This will go down the Friday of WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. Word is also going around that the person to induct Goldberg will be Paul Heyman.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Paulie, man. Paulie.
They always have some people. They always have the most randomest like pairings to induct someone to the Hall of Fame. Like, who who inducted the Ultimate Warrior?
Linda McMahon.
Linda McMahon, right?
Upon Warrior's request.
Exactly. I know they're all requested, obviously. And then Kurt Angle getting inducted by Cena, to me, is still kind of weird.
You gotta remember though, Cena had his first match with Kurt Angle.
Yeah, but was it really? Is that the first thing that comes up to mind?
I mean, I would have had Stephanie induct Kurt.
Yeah,
Kurt
like
Angle.
maybe a Stephanie or I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. But I had fun tonight, dude. I don't know about you, bro. It was a fun show. Right? Fun show, by the way. Before we wrap up the show, I want to let you all know a couple things as well. Some changes that are happening to the show. So, the podcast now has a new home where we will upload the podcast for downloading. We are no longer on Shout Engine. We are now heading over to Podbean. That's right. Down below in the description box of this stream that you're watching this on YouTube right now is the link to our Podbean account. Just hit the follow button over there and the podcast will be there once it becomes available for MP3 format to download. And the podcast will still be available on iTunes, Stitcher, and all the other platforms that I mentioned. The issue is, though, if you go on iTunes, eventually when you go on it, all the episodes that were before will not be there. Because we're switching RSS feeds and shit like that. So, if you still want to catch up with the old episodes from back in the day, go over to Shout Engine. You can download it there, or if not, here on the YouTube where we stream some of the shows here as well. But again, we're moving to a new home over on Podbean to downloading purposes and all that fun stuff. So, hopefully you guys hit the follow button. And not more than anything, a lot of people have Podbean than anything. So, there you go with that as well. All right? So, that's one of the news. And yeah, dude, this was fun today, bro. Let them know they can follow you, brother. Let them know they can follow you, brother. They don't hear you.
Fuck, I had it on mute. I'm sorry. So you can follow me on Twitter at HeyI'mWalter, and that's pretty much about it. I think we covered enough for today. And I guess next week, is next week the Rumble?
Yeah, next week's the Royal Rumble. So next week, So before we wrap up again, we'll let you know next week will be our Rumble and Takeover Philadelphia prediction video. We'll be predicting the whole event live here on the channel, taking your calls as well. Hopefully you guys call in next week. Hopefully you guys do. So that's going to take place next week. Also, this week alone, coming up, I have shit to do as far as content's concerned. As you all know, YouTube is being a bitch. YouTube has decided to hit everybody with this email. Well, not everybody, but some people, right? With the YouTube partner program. So I got an email a couple of days ago on my phone here regarding the whole incident was going to be taking place. So in case you guys are wondering what's going on, so YouTube has decided not to take, I guess, extra measures and shit like that regarding, you know, partnerships and shit like that. So I got a letter from them like a couple days ago to the following quote. At Heel Steven, which is my YouTube account, right? Today we are announcing changes to the YouTube Partner Program, the YPP. While our goal remains to keep the YPP open to as many channels as possible, we recognize we need more safeguards in place to protect creator revenue across the YouTube ecosystem. Right? Under the new eligibility requirements is announced today, your channel, Heel Steven, is no longer eligible for monetization because it doesn't meet the new threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. As a result, your channel will lose access to all monetization tools and features associated with the YouTube Partner Program on February 20th unless you surpass the threshold in the next 30 days. Accordingly, this email serves as a 30-day notice to your YouTube Partner Program. Terms are terminated. So, yeah, dude. I will no longer be able to monetize my videos on YouTube, pretty much. Now, am I bothered by it? All this and whatnot? I was at first, but then again, I realized, like, bruh, I got 2 jobs, all right? This is not my full-time job. This is not, you know, something that I depend on, if you will. End of the day, shit happens. It's fucked up, yes, because it's like, yeah, I got the 1,000 subs. It's like, back then you needed only 10,000 video views or 100,000 video views just to be part of the partnership program. But now, with this whole debacle and Logan Paul being dumb as fuck that he is, end up having all these changes and shit like that. But end of the day, we're still here. Hopefully they don't take away live streaming. Hopefully they don't take away custom thumbnails and shit like that, but we'll see. Alright. Follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven, where I upload. Follow me on Twitter at Heel Steven, where I tweet once again throughout Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, pay-per-view, and above all else with each and every single one of you. If you're new on this channel, hit that sub button down below. Follow the Teamheel podcast over on Podbean. Link is in the description box. And we'll be back next week for more. I'm Heel Steven. He's Walter, Knowledge of Wrestling. And we are out like Janet's titties, y'all. Peace out, everybody. Woohoo-wee!
And now, you are listening to the Teamheel podcast, brought to you by Spreadshirt.com. Teamheel podcast.spreadshirt.com.